Hi, my name is Nicole, and today we're gonna tackle about a very controversial sweetener, and it's gaining its popularity among a healthy sugar substitute, and that is the majestic stevia. And the title of this presentation is "The Secret of Healthy Living Through Organic Stevia Sweetener and the Advantages and Uses of Stevia Leaf." So, I would recommend in this video that instead of you getting a powdered form stevia or other form of stevia products out there like liquid or tablet, I recommend that you use dried leaves because most of those products are highly processed and those are not pure stevia extracts anymore. So what they do is they bleach the leaves of stevia with chemicals, and they mix this with other substances to enhance the product. But if you were trying to live an organic life, this is something that you don't want to take, all right? Because you want to take the real thing as much as possible. And one of the ways to make sure is you can plant your own stevia. And right now I'm gonna teach you how to plant your own stevia in the comfort of your own home, in your backyard, even in a small pot. All right, and you don't need to be a professional farmer to grow stevia. And I think that is a good news. If you don't have any planting experience or history, it's fine because stevia is easy to cultivate, though it is sensitive and it has few demands when it comes to growing it. It is still it can be cultivated by an ordinary being, so you have hope. And it can be cultivated in climate zones like Florida and southern Canada. Plant your own stevia and enjoy the wonderful benefits of this amazing plant straight from your backyard or balcony. So you have this amazing herb at your balcony, in your backyard. It's really good to have it around, especially if you're trying to lose weight, if you were suffering from diabetes and you are now in the stage where you need to control your carbohydrate intake, then stevia is a good friend to be around with. So let's get started. Start your own stevia patch. You could start planting seeds through success. You can start planting seeds. However, success rate is not that promising, especially if you are a beginner. Planting by seeds doesn't guarantee a good success rate compared to buying a plant and you grow it. So, my tip here is just to buy garden ready stevia starter plants instead of planting seeds. And remember that not all stevia plants are equal when it comes to steviocyte content. So, steviocyte is the substance which is responsible for making stevia sweet. So, if you want your leaves sweeter, you need to look for a species or a stevia plant species that contains high amounts of steviocytes. So, if you were going to buy this garden ready stevia, the herbalist will be able to tell you which uh, which is your best option in getting your stevia plant that you want to cultivate. So yeah, just make sure that before you start, check the background of the stevia herb that you're going to grow, and make sure that it's what you want, because planting your own stevia is not that easy. So you know better be sure in the first phase. So get your plant from Paraguay or Brazil because they produce the highest quality stevia plant. So yes, I definitely recommend Paraguay and Brazil because it is where stevia originated from. It has been used by Guarani tribes for centuries, so they use it as their sweetener, part of their medication. Um, it was used to treat skin problems like eczema. So they mix stevia extract to their skin ointment, and they even use stevia extract as part of their skincare to make, to make those girls stay young that time. And so get your supplies from these places instead of China and all that stuff, because Paraguay and Brazil have the highest quality stevia species. When you say highest quality, those leaves are really sweet and nutritious. Remember that stevia is sensitive to cold temperatures. So wait until the off frost is past and soil temperatures are well into the 50s and 60s before transferring these plants to your garden. Observe proper distance to each other, approximately 20 to 24 inches apart, to ensure proper nutrition and ventilation. And proper feeding and care for your stevia plant. So these are just basic reminders. If basic caring techniques and tips. So stevia plant does well in loamy and healthy soil. So make sure that the soil that you're going to use are not sandy, that is not sandy in texture, but rather it is healthy. Those dark, um, moistured soil. Those are the best option. And do not overwater your stevia plant, because the have stevia plant has sensitive roots. So if you're going to overwater your stevia plant, there's a tendency that you are gonna drown the plant, and it might die. So just enough water. Okay, extra care is necessary during summer. It is sensitive in cold temperatures, but it is fragile during summers. So frequent watering and adding compost will ensure healthy stevia plant. All right, just make sure frequent watering. So that means little but frequent, and just to make sure that the quality of the soil is maintained. Add compost. Compost is very is full of nutrition. So when you have good soil, you will produce good crops, and farmers knew that. So all right, another tip for that. And use organic fertilizers since they have lower nitrogen content. Most organic fertilizer would work well since they release nitrogen slowly. You know, all these things that we're trying to do is for the sake of being organic, for the sake of our healthy lifestyle. So make sure that you use organic fertilizer, or you can actually make your own fertilizer. um, you make your own compost. So if you want to know more on how, then make sure that you research, and I'll try my best to put up a video to discuss how to make compost. Okay, so you might want to watch out for those. And the final stage, wow, we're on the final stage. Once all the leaves have been harvested, you need to dry them. This can be accomplished on a screen or net. So that is the usual process. You use screen or net to dry the leaves, and drying process is not one that requires excessive heat. More important is good air circulation. On a moderately warm fall day, your stevia crop can be quick dried in the full sun in about 12 hours. Well, if you don't have the time, or if you don't have the space to dry your stevia leaves, then you can use a home dehydrator if you have that equipment. And once you have your dried leaf stevia, you can crush it either by your hand. You can use coffee grinder or a special blender for herbs. Another way to enjoy stevia's sweetness is by making stevia extract. So you do that by getting a cup, 1/4 cup of stevia, and mix it with one cup of warm water. You let it sit in for 24 hours, and then on you have the extract. All right, and make sure, I'm sure I just want to emphasize that too much drying, if you done incorrectly the drying process, it could affect the sweetness and the quality of the stevia. So just make sure that that the heat is not too excessive, and make sure it will not sit in um, under the sun more than 12 hours. All right. So too much dryness is not good. Same with the skin, right? So what is stevia? Just to make a quick background here on what really stevia is, and just to encourage you more to use stevia as your sugar replacement. I mentioned earlier that it has been used by Guarani tribes, so it has been here for centuries, and people of Japan, Brazil, Korea, and China have been using this amazing sugar substitute for decades, since artificial sweeteners were banned to those countries. So as a result, they switched to stevia, and so far a lot of good feedbacks are being reported, and many people are now being convinced to use stevia leaves instead of other artificial sweeteners out there. And um, you know there are a few questions being thrown to stevia, and as much as possible I would like to address those. So the first question would be the safety. Is taking stevia leave safe? There are a lot of tests conducted to make sure that stevia does not cause any major side effects and health problem. So diabetic people have been taking this for decades. They didn't experience any side effects, but they experienced improvement on their health. They noticed that their blood pressure became normal, and they have fewer cases of blood glucose spikes. And another test. Another series of tests conducted to animals, and so these animals were fed extreme high doses of stevia. And I'm so happy to inform you that those animals didn't experience any side effects and didn't show any symptoms of any health problem due to taking of excessive stevia. Um, Okay. And can you use stevia as a sugar replacement? Yes, definitely. It is 200% sweeter than regular sugar. So if you have sweet tooth and you need to put a stop on your eating habits, you can use the stevia. It is a perfect sugar substitute that you could go, because it will not only satisfy your appetite, but it will not, appetite for sweets. It's gonna suppress the your appetite for those kind of food. And taking stevia is best for those who are trying to lose weight, or for those people who have diabetes. And what type of stevia to use? I did mention earlier to use dry leaves to make sure that you are not taking any chemicals, or along with those products available in the market today. Those products, stevia, especially stevia brands, are highly processed, mixed with chemicals, and mixed with other substances. So you are not getting pure stevia at all. All right. And why stevia is better than artificial sweetener? Well, there are lots of things to discuss here, but we will tackle just the major reasons. Artificial sweeteners are not natural. So when you say it's not natural, whatever that you feed to your body that is not natural, your body will react to it. So I'm not surprised that artificial sweeteners are getting high volume of complaints of side effects and illnesses due to taking these artificial stuff. So another thing is it can cause serious health problem in the long run. Um, it's not natural, so basically it will damage your health, especially if you were going to use these artificial sweeteners in the long run. It is full of chemicals to begin with. It will cause you to weight gain. It can cause unstable blood sugar, and it has prolonged side effects. Why choose dry leaf stevia instead of the powdered form? Well, refined stevia powder contains very minimum amount of stevia. It's been processed with chemicals, not natural at all, and essential nutrients has been stripped off, especially on the stage of bleaching the leaves. Um, the leaves of stevia is full packed of nutrients and vitamins, and if you're gonna bleach it, those essential nutrients and vitamins will be stripped off. So another disappointing process that those companies are doing. Why use dry leaf stevia? Well, it's natural and safe, and you are 100% sure of what you are taking. It is full of benefits, helps you become independent from sugar, it makes you healthier, it's deliciously sweet, and it contributes to your all over wellness. And if you don't know where to get your stevia, well, get it from Paraguay and Brazil. Make sure it is organic, and if you don't have the time to plant your leaf, your stevia plant, and but you want to try the dry leaves version of stevia, I will recommend a farm that does the job. They are very professional when it comes to drying the leaves. And also, they use only organic materials to produce good crops. So, yes, if you don't know where to get one, well, kindly go ahead and click my link below. It's gonna take you directly to the site, and it's full. Their site is wonderful. That you will know more about stevia. What are the benefits and other facts that I haven't mentioned in this video. So I hope you learned something. And if you do have comments, if you want to share your experience, or you just want to, if you have questions, just go ahead and put a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer. And I hope you learned something from this video today. Well, stay healthy and see you guys again. Okay? Thank you.